That's okay. I'm sure we'll be okay. You really hate me. You hate me so much. Looking at doctrines might be worth it. You're right. We have not actually really been looking at our doctrines too much. I don't think we've opened this up even once, to be completely honest. So what do we have? Okay, we actually do have some options available to us, which is very, very good. Intelligentsia, loyalty, strength of national opposition goes down by 1, which actually would be a pretty big dent. Military loyalty, army size, relationship with hostile alliances, the EU and NATO. Reserve release $25. Political power not less than 25. Those who are loyal and supportive of the policy change reflected more influence than the others. Okay, it's an idea. Internal development. Or international development. I can read. It's literally the exact opposite of what I said. So right now we have unconditional. Let's see if we can compare these. Yeah, compare these two, for example. So this is what we have right now. Is unconditional aid to friendly forces. It means that EU and NATO will hate us more. Basic income -5. But people who are friendly with us do like us, which is good. Whereas if we... And this is for active support, which I'm guessing means that we're even more aggressive on this. -30. Okay, that's actually really expensive. Now, what if we compare what we're doing now to alliance mutual assistance? This will pay us money. Third world countries will like us a little bit more. Labor shortage will go down by 1. Okay, relation with our allies will like us less. Okay. I think it's an idea for sure. Alliance management doctrine. You kind of honestly, you just kind of suck, to be honest with you. We get 15 political authority points, which we're actually not generating that much, to be honest with you. Export trade away to common countries will increase. Actually, no, this also gives us 15. So what's the penalties here? EU and NATO will like us less. Western countries will like us less. Anyone who's outside our policy block will like us less. Economic unification. So anyone who's not already like in our alliance won't like us. Unification, very good. You know what? Communist flood or communist food. I don't know how to say that, but you know what? What does this cost? You can vote for it. I mean, it's got the vote. It's got the vote. It's got the votes. Sure. Well, there we go. Economic unification. Can we only do one of these at a time? No, we can do a lot of these. Migration. Iron Curtain within our alliance. Paid emigration. But that's going to worsen the labor issue, so we don't want to do this. Judicial power. Legal prosecution of dissidents. Take control of the courts. Labor camps without political articles. So law and order goes up. Civil activity goes down. Take control of the courts. Law and order goes down by -1. So it's actually like a 2-point swing. We're no longer have penalties on... Civil liberties will go up. Intelligentsia will go up by 1. But we also need strength radical opposition. It does need to be lower. Well, freedom in art. Art within the framework of ideology. Soft censorship. Civil activity, intelligentsia, loyalty. But that's a lot of points for you. Penetration of postmodernism. Spiritual contentment -3. Civil activity. Realistic art. I mean, I'm not bad about like soft censorship. I mean, we do get 5 points off of you. Modern art only. The intelligentsia loves that. Propagandist art. I think we're fine with art within the framework of ideology. Seems okay, at least for right now. We'll worry maybe at a different point in our lives we'll change that. But I think for now we're okay. Strict system of order. I don't think we need to democratize the militia. No, I think we're fine here. Cult of personality, portraits and state institutions, which is more loyalty for the military and special services. This gets a lot of people to like us more, but it's a -25. I mean, that's a lot. But strength of radical opposition -2, and less corruption. I mean, that's something. That is something. It's something to look. It's something to look at for sure. Portraits and books. Deification of personality. You know what? I'm fine maybe going with no cult of personality. I think these are some decent modifiers. Again, getting the strength of radical opposition -2. It's still going to go up. But I don't want to get overthrown. It's going to make consensus worse. But I'm going to vote for this anyway. We're going to accept this. Media control. Political power is more important. It's a little too late for that one. We're plus 33. Quality of life. Is quality of life being good? I'm guessing if we have good quality of life, which maybe gives us less political authority, which I guess makes sense. Atheism and state authority. I think this is fine. Trade policy. Trade policy. What? Cannot just stand by and wait. We have subsidized and engage in other possible state interventions. To recreate foreign goods. So employment goes up. Political authority goes up. Self-fulfillment. The United States gets poorer. It's only cost us 3.81. It's not that bad, I think. And then friendly protectionism. Income from light industries, agricultural. But this is trading a little bit more with the outside world. Self-fulfillment's the same. More access to luxuries. Better for the services. I think protectionism seems good for us. Your trade will boom if you take it. If I take what? Because I can do 2. If I do friendly protectionism, trade will boom. Because right now we have progressive taxation, which I mean seems fine. Moderate taxes with a flat. So flat taxes. Negative income tax. So this is me just paying people. But that's like a 60-point swing. I can't afford that. Low taxes with a flat scale. I think progressive taxes seem fine. Full control over prices. We'll keep that as is. Economic type we can't change. Conscription. 2-year mail draft. 2-year general draft. We can go to like a 1 year. And this is what this civil liberties -7. Relation with hostile alliances. Is the only modifier labor shortage +2? Why would this make the shortage worse? Oh no, because this is a +4. It actually makes it better. It's less bad. It's a less bad penalty. I think you should get a good relation with China. I mean, I would like to, because we're gonna get another penalty. We're gonna get another negative modifier in just 1 quick second. Military doctrine, mutual assured destruction, combat readiness, number of ICBMs, military leadership, loyalty, income from military industrial complex will decrease by 25%. You seem bad. You seem worse. This is more nuclear weapons. Consensus unity +1. Combat readiness goes up at +1. Military leadership. So we'll have less nuclear weapons, but people will hate us a lot less. And we actually do earn more money, because right now we're taking, let's see, negative 25% and another negative 25%, and we can just get it to be a negative 5%. Like, it does seem like it's way better. Like, we're not going to get them positive modifiers from combat readiness. And unity will be a little bit less, but I think it's still worthwhile. So let's go for an active defense. We must make it absolutely clear that the actions of an aggressor will instantly provoke devastating counter effect. Crossing the borders, we're booed. Yeah, let's go with you. We'll accept an active defense, trade unions, law and order corruption, some other penalties, powerless state union. There's a unified trade union that coordinates, protects, and helps workers, and accepts requesting complaints. The state is responsible for the staffing within it. The unified state trade union is also given the right to participate in work. Okay. I mean, a 40-hour work week is fine. Get over it. Parliament composition. We need to ensure both proportional representation of the entire population of the states. We can go with the Kuomintang model. We can go with the Yugoslav model. I think we don't need to worry about you too much. Separation of powers. It's fine. State structure is fine. Head of state's fine. What are you? 15 -3 on civil activity. Adoption through referendums. There are no, so this is just nothing. There are no positive modifiers and there's no negative modifiers. Also, I only have 29 bucks. I probably should get me out of here for a quick second. Okay, I feel like we made some good progress though. I'm making some choices here. And the death of Li Jun. Important news has arrived from Vietnam. At the age of 79, Li Jun, General Secretary of the General Committee of the Communist Party of Vietnam, has passed away. He's held the position since 1960. Li Jun is known as a proponent for a strict conservative course based on the principles of centralized planned economy and rigid ideological control. However, by the mid-1980s, Vietnam faced a deep economic crisis. Hyperinflation, food shortages, low efficiency of state enterprises, and growing dependence on Soviet aid forced the party to leadership to consider the need for change. Li Jun's death intensified the internal party struggle that has been ongoing for several years. Several party factions emerged within the CPV, each proposing its own path to the country's development. So who do you want to support? I don't know. Does this mean that he will win no matter what? Okay. So we got Tru Chin, a moderate politician who advocates for gradual introduction of market mechanisms while maintaining strict party control over the economy. We got Nguyen Van Lien, an exporter of renovation policy, advocating for faster, more radical reforms. He believes Vietnam must abandon outdated dogmas and transition to a market economy. And Du Moi, a representative of the most left conservative faction, supported by another influential fixture. It's got a little radical reform. So who do we want? Take no action. We do have 10 bucks. We can't afford to spend the money here. Conservative, left pragmatism. I mean, we're conservative, so what's the penalty if we don't do anything? And if we don't do anything to get reformism, or if we don't do anything to get one of the top two, you know what? I don't care enough. Tro Chin, a well-known Conservative Party member, was elected as General Secretary of the Communist Party. However, he stated the need to study China's experience and establish closer ties within it. In a speech in the 6th National Congress of the CPV, he announced the start of the Du Moi policy, a reform course inspired by China's reforming of opening up, issued by Deng Xiaoping in the 1970s. Look, Vietnam is going to be my friend forever, okay? We don't need to worry about that too much. You research food supply system because it helps with the agricultural supply. I'm making $134. I've made the Soviet economy the greatest thing the world's ever seen. Okay. We just completed the Proton Collider. For our food issue, yeah, we're almost done integrated food supply. That's up next. Okay, I will say I didn't really understand how research worked when I first played this. I just selected everything. I will think more about that next time we play for sure. Is there any decisions we can do? Because again, I have cash. I'm not used to this. I'm not used to having money. Deal with hostile embassies. Restrict work of the parliament. Make concessions to regional politicians. Yeah, radical opposition, it's getting weaker. We're happy to see this. I mean, our political authority, though, is bad. And our unity is also going down. So let's see what we can do. Foreign currency. Launch the UNK Protocol Accelerator. It costs $5. Everyone hates it. Okay. Revise employment policy. Well, what is it right now? For each according to his ability, to each according to his work. Proclaim the famous principle of socialism, which was simplistically shortened to he who does not work shall not eat. And despite the fact that those who actually have worked often ate worse, the problem remains. The state cannot ensure full employment for the population, should it demand anything from them. Some propose denying the unemployment social benefits or even firing them, although it is unclear where the money for the fines would come from. Another question is, should we punish the unemployment and force them to work? Wouldn't that resemble the practices of early capitalist England and other Western countries too closely? In short, the problem exists, but there's not a single definitive answer for it. So we either do nothing or we don't punish them at all. At unemployment level of 100, influence will be civil liberties go up. But it must be equal or to the current one. So right now, right now it's a criminal punishment, I think. It's a criminal punishment to not work. What are you? Other economy is any non-planned one. Labor freedoms, 40-hour work week. No social benefits for the unemployed. So what's the penalty for you right now? We got 5% more income from military and heavy industry. Employment level goes up by +2. Law and order is up by 1. But it is a -5 on political authority and the strength of radical opposition. If we don't penalize them, we get more liberties. It costs 100 immediately. You know what? Let's not punish people for being unemployed. The new law on population unemployment has made adjustments to state policy regarding the unemployed. All punishments and restrictions have been abolished. Now no one owes anyone anything, and our citizens are henceforth freed from the burden of labor. Okay, so we're not forcing people to work. Okay, unemployment policy. So let's see, what can we do with you then? Let's go to Liberty liberties +1, employment -2. Big mistake. We'll worry about that another time. Ban sausage commuter trains. Introduce additional work shifts in the food industry. Change percentages. Chicken. Introduce the MIR space program. I don't think we would have the money for that. I mean, we do have money. We're making so much more money off trade. We're rich as hell, man. Like, what do we even do with all of this money? Law and order. For every 10 under 100, power and intelligence gets worse. Well, okay, then we want you to at least be 100. I don't want to get negative modifiers if I can avoid it. For every 10 under 100, power of the opposition goes up. Okay, so that's for social spending. Salary civil servants. For every 10 under... Okay, so let's get you up to 100. Because again, we can afford it. We can afford it. I have the money. We're still plus 94. For every 10... It is for influence. Do you need improved life quality? What are you at right now? Yeah, negative 94. You are right that it could definitely be better. Employment, consumer goods, agriculture. Let's get you up to like up to 200. Luxury goods. For every 10 under 100 market share. For every 10 under 150. No, for every 10 over 150? It's kind of worded a little bit strangely, I would say. Civilian tech can boost the economy. I have noticed that civilian tech is actually pretty low. Yeah, let's boost you up. Boost you up to like 130. Let's make the life of our civilian better. Like, we'll cut down on military spending. Increase industrial imports to 60. What's that right now? Is that 10? Accelerationism works. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's boost you up to 60. And then we'll cut down on this then to like 100. 90? I think 90 is still an improvement from where it was, so I'm happy with that. Is this about China? I fucking hate China, man. Yes, 50. Yeah, there we go. What does this cost? Yeah, it's fine. Because we're getting improved relations with you. Combat readiness is still going up. Quality of life, modifiers, diminishing returns impulse. I'll be honest, I still don't really know what that means. I can just subsidize our own internal country, our own internal politics. A group of party members demand the politician be exiled. The politician Dmitry Yazov has been poisoning our great party in his presence. Well, we don't like him. Refuse and retire leader. Okay, so we can retire him. Refuse. You can send him to a minor position. Getting countries into CEMEA gives more money now. We should be looking actually at that, yeah. This is cheaper. Yeah, let's send him to like a minor position. That's fine. Is there anybody who would like to trade with us? 48, 38, 9. Give subsidies. I don't see a reason to do that. I mean, they still like us. Yeah, I would like more people to trade with me. We've lost a politician. That's fine. But we still have... Is our, Is the Politburo filled? I think we're still 13 out of 13. But let's see. Let's go down, like, down here, for example. You're 113. Like, could I appoint you to something, or are we already, Okay, no, we're not missing any positions, so you're fine. Not gonna worry about you that much then right now. Election in Belgium, election in Iceland, and election in Greece. Don't worry about you. And we've researched the Proton Collider. Hell yeah, buddy, let's go. Syria, maybe? No, Syria's already, Oh, we can invite them into ComCon. Well, it actually makes way more money. You don't want to join. You don't want to join. They're not in our sphere of influence. Why would you not join? They're in a war. Okay, I mean, fair enough. But, I mean, we're going to make more money now off of trade. I think we need to wait a month for our income modifiers to change. The penetration of postmodernism. Postmodernism! The ideological weapon of decaying capitalism. In the capitalist country of the West, a deep crisis is growing, not only in the economy, but also in culture. Bourgeois society, deprived of the progressive ideals and the striving for a bright future, is sinking ever deeper into the quagmire of moral decay. One manifestation of this decline is the so-called postmodernism. A philosophical and cultural movement that promotes relativism, denies objective truth, and rejects the struggle for justice. Postmodernism, actively promoted by the Western intelligentsia, has become an ideological cover for justifying inequality, exploitation, and social injustice. Instead of fighting the vices of capitalism, its apologists suggest that we embrace chaos and enjoy the play of meanings. This is nothing more than an attempt to distract the working class from real problems, to cloud their minds, and deprive them of the will to fight for their rights. Western morality, based on the cult of individualism and consumerism, has long been in a deep crisis. Instead of the high ideals of humanism and collectivism, capitalist societies often offers people substitutes in the form of endless entertainment, low-quality art, and primitive values. Cinema, literature, music, it all turns into a conveyor belt that stupefies the masses and robs them of critical thinking. Of particular concern is the way postmodernism and Western morality influence youth. Instead of instilling in young people the desire for knowledge, labor, and justice, the capitalist system imposes a cult of hedonism, permissivism, and cynicism. Western youth are losing their bearings, becoming easy prey for manipulators from large corporations and political elite. Workers of all countries must be vigilant. Let us not fall into the provocations of the bourgeois propaganda, which tries to impose its false values on us. Only by uniting around the ideas of socialism can we build a world free of exploitation, inequality, and moral decay. Okay, so modifiably disabled, low intelligentsia. Healthcare, self-fulfillment, and education is going to get worse. Intelligentsia will like us a little bit more. Okay. Don't worry about you, don't worry about you. And Socialist Invitation to the Initiatives Club. Comrade General Secretary. In recent years, various informal associations have garnered particular popularity, effectively becoming platforms for discussion and implementing social initiatives. Some clubs, Aurabot, Social Innovations Funds, Memories, and others, even address the very socially significant issues, ecology and urban development, common soil reform, collection of social initiatives. These clubs do not position themselves as opposition. On the contrary, they are willing to cooperate with our authorities. However, among their members are many individuals with radical views. Well, I mean, I can't support you, so there you go. Have fun with this. Okay, so let's pause the game for a second. Use the economic union mode on the map and look for yellow. Economic union mode. Economic alliances. Oh yeah, so you're the EU. This is okay. Laos, my good friend. You cost 100 political power. Cost $25. China, again, China likes us less, but China already hates me. So fuck it, man. Bring him on board. Bring him on board. And you know, we have 42 budget. We can probably put like one more point into civilian economy for now. And Dr. Hyder. American astrophysicist Dr. Charles Hyder pitched a tent near the White House in Washington and announced an indefinite hunger strike, demanded the Reagan administration end the arms race and renounce the use of nuclear weapons. The present administration remains silent for now, but the protest has already sparked widespread discussion. This is okay. I'm gonna skip this song. Okay, there we go. We can invite him to the USSR. I mean, the US likes us well enough. Civil activity, 25 points. Gets people to like us. We can invite him to the USSR, more loyalty. Subject relation states. Yeah, sure. Invite him to the USSR. Anti-nuclear marches in support of Dr. Hyder took place in the USSR, and he was regularly featured on national television and radio channels. After the hunger strike ended, he was invited to the USSR, where he visited many Soviet cities and gave pacifist and anti-Reagan speeches. Very, very happy to see that. This is not what I want at all. Okay, we're going to stop that for a second, because I think, at least for right now, a little bit over 2 hours into the stream, I think, let's just see, I want to consider if there's anything else we want to do before we end the stream for today. I don't really think so. Consider the results of the third Moscow trial. What do we have in you? So this is rehabilitation of the right opposition. After the death of Stalin and the beginning of de-Stalinization, the party leaders faced a question of legal and civil rehabilitation of the defendants of the Moscow trials, including the process of the right Trotskyist bloc. For the review of the court decision, a commission was created under the chairman of Nikolai Cervenik, which presented evidence of unjustified mass repression and other gross violations of socialist legality during the period of the personality cult. The commission developed the concept of repression characteristics of political movement at that time, and participants in the trial were accused of deviating from the general line of the party in 1929 and capitulating to kulak capitalist elements, but emphasized that the leaders of the right already in the early 1930s moved away from the positions, recognized the correctness of the party line, and continued to occupy responsible government positions. Thus, all the illegal repressions were placed on Stalin and the NKVD, and the party remained pure and innocent. At the same time, the results of collectivization and industrialization were not subject to criticism and doubt, and fascism was still considered a schismic phenomenon. However, after Khrushchev's resignation, the policy of rehabilitation was put to an end, and new leadership left the previous assessment, adjusting and removing it from the most odious accusations of espionage and preparation of assassinations of Soviet leaders. However, since the mid-1970s, after the publication of the biography of Bukharin, authored by American Sovietologist Stephen Cohen, a movement in support of the rehabilitation of the Bukharists began to gain popularity in the West. In his work, he represents Bukharin's system of idealism as Bukharinism, a great alternative to a real alternative to the great turning point, based not on emergency measures in the economy, but on the harmonious growing of capitalism into socialism. So what do you cost us? Reformers, rehabilitate. Yeah, sure, why not? More support for us. Faction loyalty to reformers and liberal Democrats will go down. Sounds good to me. The Supreme Court Plenum considered the proposed test of the Prosecutor General of the cases of Nikolai Bukharin, Alexei Rykov, and other persons, noting that the investigation and trial in the cases were carried out with gross violations of the law. By his decision, the Supreme Court overturned the verdicts of the military collegium of the Supreme Court of the USSR against members of the so-called right Trotskyist bloc, due to the lack of corpus delicti. Charges against them, which were the reasons for the explosion of the party, were dropped. And is there anything else we can do? Review the results of the 20th Congress. Reconsider Trotsky's personality. We can't do this. Reconsider Stolin's personality. Can't do that. But I think, you know what, we'll look at this next time. But for now, I hope everybody has enjoyed watching a little bit more Crisis in the Kremlin.